Well, welcome back to the Bourbon Shed, and we're just going to give a quick shout out to Wild Turkey, right? So you guys all know today's being the Thirsty Thursday of National Bourbon Heritage Month. That's right. So we're celebrating all things turkey today and seeing some fantastic pictures out there. Thanks for everybody that's been sharing those. If you didn't have your wild turkey pictures out, you had something else, that's great too, man. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for being a part of the Bourbon Life Under 60 group. Really cool group. So anyway, let's get into this. I promised today that I was going to open this one here up. I just did a quick video and I opened this one here up, and I opened up my brand new Warehouse G Floor 4 Russell's Reserve single barrel. I got my 2016 Russell's Reserve single barrel. Same thing, Warehouse G Floor 4, right? So anyway, my microphone wasn't hooked up, so I'm gonna have to quickly redo this. But yeah, anyway, here we go. This here is my boy Matthew McConaughey, right, man? I'm telling you, if I had a man crush, it's gonna be on Matthew McConaughey. Alright. In fact, I like to say alright. Get it? Yeah, come on. Dad jokes, man. Sorry, guys. Alright, so let's have a quick nose of that one there, and it's just got your classic bourbon notes in there. There's nothing really out of the ordinary in there. You've got your corn, your nice corn mash. Oh, there is a little different spice in there, but you've got to get some air in there with it. Oh yeah, I definitely get, like, you know, when you're eating like a rye bread, a whole grain rye bread, and it's got those, I'm not sure what the seeds are. They might be aniseed seeds, but you bite into them and it's got just the slightest bit of aniseed in there, and it's got that rye texture in there. Yeah, great nose. I'm digging this, and it's got some sweetness to it. Almost like a, more like a honey caramel type sweetness to it. So anyway, we'll give it a taste. So it's definitely got the rye spice in it. Not a lot of ethanol. 86 proof, so not expecting a whole lot. That's 101 proof, the 101. This is 86, so a little bit lower, but it's got an amazing amount of flavor. The finish is all... I don't know if you did this when you were kids, but you get those honeysuckle flowers. You pull them off and you suck the honey or the nectar out of the flower. It's more of a... it's not as dark as honey. It's just a light sweetness on it. Now, I'm trying to get the mesquite wood does it. You know, mesquite comes from Texas, right? So that's why Matthew McConaughey, he wanted to put some Texas into this wild turkey here, into this long branch. And mesquite's what they use over there to cook the brisket. And the best brisket I've had in my life. I lived in Shreveport, which is North Louisiana, a couple of hours out of Dallas. So I spent a fair bit of time traveling across the border to Texas, and I've had some of the best smoked meat I've had in my life, especially the brisket. And you know, they use mesquite and stuff like that for it, so kudos. Good thinking, man. I thought it might have been just overpowering. I'm thinking of how dark and meaty mesquite is. Not at all. That's really pleasant. Yeah, I would absolutely give this to somebody that came over, was getting into bourbon, and I know they're not ready for the 110 and up proof there. I'd absolutely start them out on something like that. Yeah, great job, Wild Turkey. So this is the 101. The old 101. You can't beat the 101. You just can't. You know, 20 bucks. This one here is like 30 bucks, 35 bucks for a 1.75 liter, 101 proof. It's a favorite for bartenders. When we were at college, you know, that was our go-to, right? Some people may have drank too much of it, and now they don't want to drink it. Get back there and revisit. Oh yeah, definitely a different flavor profile. I believe Wild Turkey has two mash bills. One's a high rye, and one's I think it's around 12-14% rye, which would be probably that one there. I think these are a little bit higher rye. Now this is the one that's really interesting, right? Two Warehouse G four picks from 7 years apart. 2016 2021. I'm going back to school to do math. That'd be 5 years. 5 years. All right, so these here have really, really good. The Warehouse G, you know, this one here, it actually says on it, let me read it to you. Eddie Russell's favorite warehouse. So if anyone argues with you and says that's not Eddie Russell's favorite warehouse, it says it. Look, zoom in on that. It says it right there. So that's his favorite warehouse. This one here's the 2021. Very, very wild turkey, funky wild turkey nose. Funky in a good way. Oh, that one there's like, wow, that one's just a little more concentrated. Same notes, no surprises there, right? I'm glad I let that sit a little bit. As you can see, I've been sipping away on that. This one I've had a couple sips out of, not as many as that. But it's starting to open up a little bit now. I love that ethanol, slight ethanol burn. It's not a heavy burn. There's a little bit of a Kentucky hug, you know. It just gives you that little tightness in your chest, that little bit of heat that goes up in there. Just what you want to feel on a autumn night there. I got my fireplace out there. Can't wait to light that sucker up, and when the leaves are all changing color, and sit out there and drink some of this. That is so good. Just so good. And you get some bourbons that you'll pay around $60 for, and you drink them and you're like, wow, that's good. And then the moment you swallow it, it just dies off. This doesn't. This continues to build. The flavor's still there. You can breathe out and you can just taste it. Again, it's got that vanilla. It's got the caramel. So I think it's a little lighter than this. Yeah, so the 2016 is definitely more plum. It's more cherry. Wow. It's just trying to... My mouth's just watering. Hang on. My mouth's watering so much. It's like a flavored ball that you just put in your mouth. It's like a, one of those little candies that you unwrap. I'll think of them a second. You put them in your mouth and you start chewing on them, and your mouth just kind of starts salivating so much because it's just so juicy. Holy cow. Look, I mean, I've got some people I've sent this 2016 bottle to when I had more of them. And they've said it's one of the best wild turkeys they have tried, one of the best single barrels. They've done it in a bunch of blinds. It's a measure of Russell's single barrel. It really is fantastic. So this is just not far behind it. Be interesting. Looking at them from here, it looks like this is a little bit lighter in color. So it's floor 4, but I don't know where it was. This is barrel 11, so wherever 11 is, 1, 2, 3, and maybe it's in the middle. But gosh, it's got some good flavor on it. Just so much cherry, dark fruit, stone fruit. What that does to your tongue. It's like a bourbon ninja jumping in there and just attacking your tongue, just with so much flavor. It's just like a little flavor explosion going off in your mouth. Oh my goodness. We'll give this another go here. We're not writing it off. It is good, but can it keep up with the 2016 Warehouse G? Oh yeah. Oh, it's got a lot more of the sweeter caramel vanilla notes on it. Just had to give it a decent swig on that one there. I'd say almost feel like if I took that one there and just evaporated it down a little bit, concentrated the flavors a little more, that would turn into that. It's not quite as pronounced. Still fantastic, man. I'm glad I got 2 of those all day long. Then, so there you go. No, Mike Flack was opening up this today. Austin Moon, he got his out today, his single barrels. Thanks, Austin, man. Thanks. That's my brother from another mother over there. Austin Moon, also known as Moon Tavern on Instagram. Go check him out, man. He posts the coolest pics. He's got the coolest collection, great bottles. And I mean, that guy there, He is not posing, man. He is drinking his bottles every time you see him. He's having a sip. He's having a taste. Gives great tasting notes. So go give him a follow on Instagram. Check him out if you got any questions. He's really helpful. Help you out. Mike and Brian, man, great job today supporting the Wild Turkey Day. That's right, man. Can you believe this? This was our first Thursday, and we had all sorts of people jumping in here supporting the mission. Wild Turkey's a great distillery, as we talked about. Father and son team, Jimmy Russell and Eddie Russell. Jimmy Russell, the Buddha of bourbon. That guy there, man, when bourbon was crashing and it was down at one of its lowest points in there, he traveled around the world. He went to distilleries. Yeah, he went to shops. He went all over the place signing bottles, talking to people just about how passionate he is and what they do, how they make bourbon, and he really got people interested in it. He says one of his favorite times was when he went into a shop. I think it was in California. I read this today, and he says it was one of his favorite moments, and he was in the shop and he was talking to the shop owner, and the shop owner, you know, he's an old guy sitting there on his rocking chair and he's just having fun, and he's listening to Jimmy, and then he called out to his wife. He said, hey babe, come over here. You won't believe this guy's actually real. He's real. And Jimmy's like, what do you mean I'm real? He goes, this guy actually makes this stuff. He knows what he's talking about. So it was really the first time they got out of just distributors and salesmen getting out there, but actual, master distillers going out there and talking about their craft, talking about what they're doing. Now that's one passionate guy, and that's why I wanted to nominate Wild Turkey for today. I just think there's so much history there. There's so much passion. They keep it simple. They keep the price down. They keep it affordable. You'll see so many Wild Turkey Russell Reserve single barrel store picks out there, and they fly off the shelves, but they keep putting them out. They're not jacking the prices up. They're not artificially making them hard to get. I think they just do a great job, and they epitomize what bourbon's about. So so Bourbon Live under 60, Bourbon Life Nation, thanks guys, really appreciate being a part of this. I'm having fun. We will announce on Monday what next Thursday distillery is going to be. I've got a couple of ideas. We're kicking it backwards and forwards. I think Mike's going to throw a poll out there and let you guys vote on it. We'll put a list up there of who you can vote from, and we'll go after that one next Thursday, tell our stories, do some different drinking, different tasting. Hopefully I can find a bottle I haven't tried before and get hold of that and bring it in here and do a quick video and a quick review on that when we get there. Alright, I'm out. Thanks guys. Peace out.